In this video, we're going to talk about early expungement in Indiana. Expungement is the process where you can go and clear your criminal record. However, there are a lot of wait times depending on whether you're expunging an arrest, a misdemeanor, or a felony. In this video, we're going to discuss how you can avoid those wait times and see about expunging your record faster. So about me, my name's Nathan Vining. I'm a criminal defense attorney, and I've helped people with expungements throughout the state of Indiana. So hopefully by the end of this video, you know more about expungements in Indiana and what you can do if you're trying to expunge your record earlier. So there's wait periods for every expungement, for a felony, arrest, a misdemeanor, all different time periods. However, the statutes, the expungement statutes in Indiana, allow those periods to be waived if you get prosecutor consent. So the key to early expungement in Indiana is working to obtain that prosecutor consent. So typically you would have to wait 1 year for an arrest, 5 years for a misdemeanor, and 8 years for a felony. And the benefits of expungement are pretty great. Essentially, it will help you move forward in your life. You can have it so your criminal record doesn't appear on background checks, and it avoids some of those things that you may be into an issue with your criminal record, such as issues with housing, employment, and just life in general. There's a lot of benefits to expungement. And to qualify for early expungement, the key is prosecutor consent. So when somebody hires me and they haven't met the required waiting period for an expungement, there's quite a few things that are important. There's the basics, the fees have to be, but also there have to be no pending charges. But I also want to look at things like, what have you done since the time of the arrest? Has your life substantially different? A lot of times somebody can be on a completely different trajectory, and they may have a degree at this point, a better job, children they're supporting. So I use the greater life picture to tell a story and essentially put a proposal together for the prosecutor for an early expungement. And that's my approach on how I would get to see about agreeing to waive that time period. But ultimately, they're going to want to know why this person deserves the early expungement and use that kind of evidence. Again, this just kind of goes over the times. It's, again, the 1 year for the arrest, 5 years for a misdemeanor, and then 8 years for a felony. So the goal with early expungement would be a level 5 felony or a misdemeanor. The goal would be to get it so they can expunge it earlier than the 8-year time period or the 5-year time period for the misdemeanor. And it's really case-by-case basis, but the key is reaching out to the prosecutor and telling your story to see what you can do to explain to them why you deserve that. And the process is also the same for early expungement. You want to check the eligibility, so I would go and get criminal records from the county where you were waiting. I would review the time period to see how close you are to the required time period. I would then seek prosecutor consent and file the petition, and then you would notify the attend a hearing if necessary, and then you would be able to get a court order expunging your records, and it's as if they didn't exist. There are exceptions to expungement. There are certain crimes that you can't expunge, certain sex or violent offenses, but ultimately for the vast majority of offenses, drug cases, DUIs, those are the kinds of cases where you can, if you significant changes in your life, actually reach out to the prosecutor. If you can get an early expungement, the criminal record is holding you back. Again, prosecutor consent's required. The other key thing we haven't touched upon in this video is that expungement is a one-time option, so you can only expunge once in your life. So it's important to do it right. It's important to seek counsel. So if you have questions, feel free to give me a call or text me. I'd be happy to review your case, talk about whether or not I believe you could potentially qualify for